And here we go. It is Championship Sunday here on MST, starting off with the matchup between the Xtreme Hockey and the Silverbacks. Losing the slot, still getting whacked at. And the Xtreme Hockey have been buzzing right now with all the pressure for the goaltenders. We got Nathaniel Flight back to net for the Xtreme Hockey, and it's Area Conrad taking the net here for the Silverbacks. I'd like to welcome the current 40 tuning in within the first couple minutes, first couple seconds. Rather, here this game, these teams both qualifying here till Sunday, held up the line by Manning. Bringing in here was Nicholas until the Silverbacks bring it outside the zone. They'll move across into the red line. And apologies in advance, the Silverbacks, I believe, are wearing their black jerseys inside out, so those numbers are going to be really hard to tell from up here. There's a cross-ice pass. Moving back with it until they shoot out of the zone. This one just gets by Manning. Then it was a tie-up there with McEwen. Bringing it back, Manning working in, trying a shot, and that one just didn't get through. Another try, and that one's blocked out in front by Ferguson. Silverbacks trying to move their way behind the cage. They throw it to the blue line, but no further as that's blocked by Manning. Barely held in at the line by Branton as the Silverbacks now make their way back out. They'll shoot it along the ice. This one may have enough for icing, and it will. Here at 10:46 of the first period. Face off here is going to go to the right of Conrad. Face off one and taken outside by the Silverbacks. Trying to move it out of the zone. It will barely get outside the blue line as they try to progress through center. Move back by the Xtreme Hockey. Send back in the zone. Going behind his net is Harry Babb. Working around, it's flipped over for Keeley. Silverbacks will just barely keep it in the zone. Keeley trying to put his body up against the boards as the Silverbacks continue their way down. Still loses, going to go right in front of the net. There's a puck sent just along the right line. Still kept in by the Silverbacks. Here we go, still in the zone. Working his way down, there's a shot towards the net that flies just through the crease. Now here with speed, potential 2-on-1. The shot just misses the net. Another early chance for the Xtreme Hockey. Now it's King trying to hold it in right by the red line before it's taken back the other way. Silverbacks are moving on with speed before it's shot back right out to center by the Xtreme Hockey. Working back with it is Wesley Ferguson. Trying to move out through center. Silverbacks back with it as they get across the line. Behind the net here as we now make way into the corner. Silverbacks with a bit of time and space. Timmons trying to hold the line. He now must skate back with speed. As there was Theo Smith applying some chase. Silverbacks back the other way. Moved back to their defense. Shot up through the middle. And taken away as now London goes back the other way with some speed. London cutting wide left, has a shot, and that one's deflected away by Conrad. Silverbacks back the other way with numbers. Potential 2-on-1. Stepping in, here's the shot off the post. And trying to center that out again, and it's brought back. Xtreme Hockey send it to the middle. Moved back just outside the blue line. Silverbacks defenseman stumbling a little bit, walking in, pass the middle from Galway, right in the slot. That's taken away by Conrad and will squirt out right up to towards the blue line. The Silverbacks come back in numbers, potential 3-on-2. Pass over to the middle, and they are offside. And here they go as they line up for the draw. One back by the Xtreme Hockey. Branton trying to move back in the zone. This one's turned over. As now they'll go behind the net. Locked at the line and cleared. Now go fight up in the corner for it. Charlie Branton on defense, able to get it to the blue line. And that's going to be the furthest it gets, as it's now stopped before the shot could get on net. Down into the corner of the Silverbacks defensive territory. Now moving up with speed, there's Branton again making a nice defensive play. One of several so far in this game. And move back behind the cage. So back in the Silverbacks end, giving chase. Here's McEwen. Jack McEwen hitting the brakes, juking out one. And sent up through center. This one just going to get past Manning. Now potential on-man rush, potential break. The shot is just over the cage. Now going back up with speed the other way. Number 17, Darcy Cadigan, still with it. Has a shot, and that one was blocked before he could get to the net. Shot up against the wall, blocked in by Babb. He'll try to put it along the boards again. With the rim, that one's blocked by the ref. Silverbacks come back the other way. Potential 2-on-1, walking in. The shot scores! And the Silverbacks get up on the board here midway through the first with a breakaway. And it goes to the top shelf. A 1-0 Silverbacks lead here. That's going to be scored by Will Bro here at 6:04. Now moving back in, we got a penalty coming up against the Xtreme Hockey. There's a shot that's put to the net and then touched up. Here we go, power play. Up here for the Silverbacks, it's Xander King. He's going to get 2 for a trip at 5:47. Face-off win, put down low. They look out in front of the net, and it's deflected just out into the corner. Silverbacks trying again. On that corner, and again, another deflection that will find its way rink wide at the blue line. Little one-touch pass. Gonna try a shot on net. And that is saved and covered by Flight. Face-off will go to the left of Flight. One, then put to the middle. Here's a shot. That one never made it through. Another try. Still loose out in the blue paint. Gonna try another one. The shot. Save made. Flight still loose. They score! Now that's a 2-0 lead. Gonna capitalize here on the man advantage. Off the draw, one by the Xtreme Hockey. It's Heath. Trying to put it up. Silverbacks going back the other way. That goal is from Owen Welsh, assisted by Will Bro on the power play. Walking up again with a shot. Oh, I thought that had gone in off a weird bounce that had just deflected wide. Stopped in here at the line. There's a shot made by Timmons that doesn't make its way through. Blocked along the way. Xtreme Hockey struggling to get out of their zone. They had a 4-on-2 on two Silverbacks, but still struggling. And now up with speed. Moving in, there's a shot that just missed the net of Conrad. Will go out to Nicholas. Nicholas looks across. This one's going to go in between two of his guys. And out to center, Martin. Moved up. Deflected into the zone. Was a delayed offside. Going to be moved up to the wall to Ferguson. Ferguson waits, tries to throw it to the middle. This one's just going to get by Heath and out into the middle. So we're back trying to move out of their zone. Heath hitting the brakes. Will now go up against the wall. There's Martin playing some good defense. Not letting the puck in between his feet. Then a pretty big hit there. And we will have a call, a bit delayed. So in a 2-0 Silverbacks lead now, the Xtreme Hockey will see themselves on their first power play chance. And Silverbacks quickly on the draw. Will go up against the boards, barely not held in at the line. So it's going to miss Branton. It's going to go down over a flight. He'll cover it. Defense wanting him to let it play. And that'll be taken around by Martin. Martin trying to get that up for King. Held in at the point. Silverbacks doing a great job initiating this penalty kill before it's shot down by the Xtreme Hockey. Xtreme Hockey moving it back in along the wall. They look out in front, pass to the middle, it's deflected. Gonna go to the point. Held in by Branton. What a move to get by one. Could not get by the other and will clear it in and forced to give it over. Silverbacks doing a great job pressuring all the men. There's a shot save made by Nathaniel Flight. Off the draw, Silverbacks still short-handed in this one, but still continue to maintain possession. Now here's a breakaway, all alone, the shot scores! It's Evan Keeley who breaks the ice for the Xtreme Hockey on the power play and gets them on the board 2-1. Keeley found himself with the puck just inside his own blue line, skated all the way down, and don't get many of these chances in a hockey game. And he puts that to the top shelf, making it 2-1 2-1 Silverbacks. The Xtreme Hockey get on the board there. Xtreme Hockey put it down deep into the zone. Silverbacks trying here to initiate a breakout. Going cross ice, rink wide to an open man. And that last Xtreme Hockey goal is going to be Evan Keeley unassisted at 2:29. Silverbacks work their way in with a shot. That one's saved by Nathaniel Flight, will be moved into the corner. Silverbacks again trying to move it to the net. Loose in the slot. Save, rebound. Going behind the cage. Silverbacks trying to move their way in past the blue line. Still loose before it's flipped out. Now battling along at the blue line. Xtreme Hockey win and will dump it back into their own end. London trying to go across for Bab. He's going to get there first to evade a Silverback. But their great forecheck keeps them in the zone. Potential 2-on-1. Shot attempt that just goes wide of the cage. And almost left right in the slot. Here at the blue line, another shot. It's tipped. Another try, and they just missed the net. Ever so close to getting a 3-1 lead. Oh, shot back in by Timmons, and now clears the zone. Delayed icing, and it will go. Face off for the Silverbacks offense. They'll quickly put it on net. Sticked away by Flight. Now a sharp angle. They go around the net. Wraparound attempt. Still loose right next to the blue pane. The ref will whistle it down. The shot from the blue line, that's high and just wide of the net. Going behind Galloway. In the corner is he now. Amerda's out of the zone. Not too much time left on the clock. And flipped up, it'll now go to the blue. Silverbacks retreating back in their own end. Around the cage now, thrown up for an intended outlet pass. This one deflected off the stick of Merton. Goes outside the zone. Moving back with it is Haley. Moves across his blue line into the center. Haley still with it. Crosses the blue. Curls back and is not going to have any time after that. So after one period, make your score. Silverbacks 2, Xtreme Hockey 1. And here we go, off for the second period. Silverbacks will be bringing in the zone. There's a shot. That one will just miss the cage wide. They battle up right behind the net before it's thrown out in front and right in the slot. Passed out to the middle. Move behind the net of the Xtreme Hockey, and they'll throw it along the white rim. Silverbacks back into the zone. Going back behind his net is Charlie Branton. Makes way and tries to throw it up against the wall. Blocked in. A shot never made its way through. May have another try here. It's poke checked and we'll go back. Working in, Keeley stops. Todre tries to make his way in. Pass one in front. There's a shot that's blocked out in front. Just a minute so far down in the second period. Just got less than 11 to go as we are just starting the second period here on MST. Working up Silverbacks, go right to the blue line. What a pass made with the shot through traffic, and that goes over the net. Now rimmed along again. This one will travel its way all the way to the blue line. There was Bro trying to get a shot off, and down the ice it'll go. Silverback still with it. Shot by Cadigan. Down for Keeley, may have a sharp angle try here, and that's saved and turned away by Conrad. And a stick goes up flying above the glass. And the Silverbacks come back the other way. Moving with it, looks like a trip, and we're gonna have a Silverbacks man advantage on the way. We got 10:07 left to go in period 2. And a good rush like that can cause teams to take penalties like that. And the Xtreme Hockey gonna get penalized here. It's the goal scorer for them. It's Evan Keeley that'll head to the box. And he'll get 2 for a trip here in period 2. As the Silverbacks are 1 for 1 on the man advantage, they look to continue that going here. There's a shot from the blue line. That one never made it through. Here's another try, and it's just right of the post. And shot out by the Xtreme Hockey, as they will now get some chances to change. Passed out in front. This one will go off the wall. Silverback still in their own zone, trying to clear. It's put to the line. Jack London with a try, and that one just misses the net. We got a really tight and exciting game so far. Our first semifinal and many more to come. Here maybe a 2-on-1. Walking in, pass to the slot back door. It's tipped, and I believe that hit the post. Another try right out in the slot. Turning around, another try. Right outside the blue paint it is. Another try. Still can't get it past Flight. Here's another shot. They score! Now make it 2 for 2 on the man advantage here for the Silverbacks, as they now make it 3-1 with a shot from pretty far out at the just inside the ringette line. It's over Flight. That's going to be a 3-1 lead now for the Silverbacks. And I believe that one is again, yes, Will Barreau with his second of the game at 8:47 of the second period. Chance out in front. The shot was ramped up off stick of the Silverbacks. Second period action here on MST. Just getting less than 8:30 left to go here in our second frame. Moving in is Nicholas, trying to cut it in the middle, then made his cut back. Thrown out in front, right out in the high slot, no one there to bury it. Turning around now, Heath. Trying a shot, and that one went just behind the net. Silverbacks trying to make their way outside the zone before it's pinned up by Heath, right next to the hash marks. Silverbacks now up with speed, trying to dangle between defenseman Haley, and gotten caught up in his feet. Here's another try that's put to the middle. Loose out in the slot, may have a chance, but it's poke check before the Silverbacks could get a shot off. Now the Xtreme Hockey heading back the other way. They're going to be penalized. They're going to draw a penalty, rather. The Xtreme Hockey will see their second power play shot of the game. So it's going to be 2 for a trip right there. And still cannot tell who that is. I believe that's Bowen Moore. We'll have to verify, but here's a shot from the blue line that's blocked before it could reach the net. Another try maybe coming up, cutting wide, pass to the middle, and what a saucer pass that just slides under the stick of Cadigan. And that will be Bowen Moore getting 2 for a trip. Shot in here by the Silverbacks. Trying to rim it around, it's caught in at the line, it to be moved out by the Xtreme Hockey for a delayed icing. And this one will go. Face-off will come back into the Xtreme Hockey zone. Xtreme Hockey trying to move their way back in their own end. Coming into their own corner. Stopped at the line and just gets outside. Silverbacks doing a great job here so far on this penalty kill. They still just got a minute left on that. Bowen Moore waiting anxiously to get out of the penalty box. They cut back towards the center. That one's taken away by Keeley as he tries to move his way back towards the opposite end. Keeley stepping in, might have a chance here. Keeley to his backhand. And what a save made by Conrad. I had thought that it went in the net. And even Conrad herself potentially. Some battling up right against the hash marks. Going to the line, Manning stepping in with a shot, and that one just is blocked before it could get there. Another try to ice it. Stopped at the line. A try here, flipping it high as Branton looking for a deflection, and that one went just wide of the net. 10 seconds still left on the Bowen Moore tripping call. It was Branton that held it in before it's iced down by the Silverbacks. And we might have another penalty here for the Silverbacks. Or apologies, there was an icing called against the Silverbacks. Well, they were shorthanded for a second. Although on there, it did not look like they were shorthanded. Played amazingly well, getting even some pressure in there. So a great penalty kill. Now coming back the other way, maybe a 2-on-1 pass across, trying to hit Cameron Galway. We tried to put it to the middle. Oh, it's taken away. The Silverbacks move up the wall. Outside the blue line in the center, they'll go, trying to step in. Moving it along the left. I tried to center it from the hash marks. Going around the net is London. London stepping outside the zone over the blue, making his way into the zone. Jack London may have a chance. London cutting to the left. Shot hit the crossbar. And what a goal that one almost was. So a 3-1 game here in favor of the Silverbacks. Will Bro with 3 points so far, 2 goals and an assist. It's moved back for Babb. Babb behind the net, fakes one way and cuts the other. Babb still with it across the blue line. Babb steps in, fires, and just misses the net. Now it's still loose between the pads of Conrad. And the Silverbacks will head back the other direction with speed. Moved rink wide. Sitting back with it, Galway mishandles it. The shot out in front, there's a big collision. Another try here as the puck will go behind the cage. Another pass out in front, the shot scores! Or maybe not. That looked to have gone bar down. Now the Xtreme Hockey come back the other way with speed. Cutting in, shot save made by Conrad. And everyone is going to need to have another look at that. And that is definitely in the net, I do believe. That one's debatable. Could not tell if that had crossed the line. Here a slap shot. Did not have too much power behind that. Silverbacks trying to move their way back into the zone. They collide up against the boards as they find their way back down. They go behind the cage. Still looking outside to the front. Back with it to the blue line, waiting and putting that back down behind the cage as it will move along into the near hash marks. Xtreme Hockey get it out. Might be a rush here, led by Heath. Oakley Heath hitting the brakes, waiting, shooting, and this one's blocked. Back with it now, defenseman Haley. Trying to move it up out of the zone, taken back, trying to get a chance. Sam Martin trying to keep possession. Silverbacks defenseman retreating and stalling a bit of time here as we wind down the seconds here of our second period. Face off one cleanly by the Xtreme Hockey Branton. Bringing it along the left side, the shot that'll just miss wide. Xtreme Hockey moving it around, Keeley. Gonna try it again, moves in, Keeley with a move, the shot save made by Conrad. Rebound, a little flip, that one's gonna miss the net. Keeley hits the brakes. May have accidentally taken a man down. The Xtreme Hockey still buzzing around in the zone. Here's Manning moving his way in, will find his way deep down into the corner. Xtreme Hockey hitting the brakes, trying to move that out in front. Still loose. And it was King on his backhand, unable to make any moves with it. That was almost a 2-on-1 coming back for the Silverbacks. Cadigan moving his way in. Bit of a collision now as Keeley finds it and tries to move it out in front. Goes to the blue line, waiting, firing, and glove down by Conrad. And she saw that all the way. There's Manning trying to go D to D. That one almost picked off. It goes across over for Branton. Stepping in, the shot again, deflected, loose out in the slot. Multiple players trying to get a chance. Now it looks like King is laying on the puck. Now we go up to the ringette line. Moved in by Manning. Along the boards, Keeley waits. Out in the slot with it. Goes up to the blue line. Branton fakes, shoots. Save, rebound, another try, another pad save. Cadigan thought he had that one. Keeley still hovering the line, and what a shift here by the Xtreme Hockey. Silverbacks behind the net, and that ends period 2, and what a period it was for the Silverbacks. Dominated the last minute there in the zone, and we'll see you back for period 3. here we have return for period 3, currently 70 watching along at home in a morning semifinal, earliest game of the day. It's been a very thrilling one. These kids waking up today ready to play. Silverbacks enter the zone. Slowly now they move it into the near corner of the Xtreme Hockey end. Xtreme Hockey trying to rim it up the boards. Silverbacks move it back in. Might be a 2-on-1 to the middle. And it's poke check. Maybe had a pass option there. But what great defense by the Xtreme Hockey. Our only other live game is the other 2017 final. And the NBIs are currently up 5-4 on the Riptides, scoring all 5 of their goals in the second rather. And I believe they are midway through the third period here in their game. And this game, it's 3-1 Silverbacks. And we've just got our third period started. Quickly shot out by the Xtreme Hockey, and this may go for icing. And it looks like it will. Big face-off win for the Xtreme Hockey as they move behind the cage. Clearing out with speed and moving in the middle was defenseman Galway before leaving that one off for Heath. Heath trying to cut in, left off. Nicholas moving it to the middle. And that one moves behind the net. Now back in the corner. Waiting, sending it to the middle there. I believe that was Young. Silverbacks to the point. Martin trying a pass off to Galway, who wasn't expecting it, so it will now exit the zone. Silverbacks play it out to the middle. Ascending his way back to the zone. Martin trying to dangle through a couple, trying to show off his stick handling, but now taken back by the Silverbacks after it was an unsuccessful 1-on-4. Moved in, and this one's not going to go for icing. Banked along the boards as he dangles out one and tried to put an outlet pass right up against the boards. And that just deflected off the twig. And with Silverback, I believe that was Poole. Now Silverbacks holding in the zone here. Pass to the middle. That one's just out of the reach of the stick of flight, but will still be kept in to the offensive zone. Curling back around is Branton. Trying to get this out of the zone. Xtreme Hockey exit. Silverbacks may go right back here. It's Power. Power entering the zone. Little pass off. And that one's again poke check. The Xtreme Hockey have been very well defensive minded here in this last half of the game, not allowing too many dangerous chances. And their offense has so far been impeccable. But still the defense of the Silverbacks prevail as they're up 3-1 in this one. Now maybe a potential break. Walking in. Here's a shot. Save. It's off the post. Maybe another try. And out of the zone it'll go. A potential break. Looks like it's Keeley stepping in with the shot. Save made by Conrad. And it'll be covered up. So some changes can be made. Again, Silverbacks try to make some play with that wall. It's flipped in by the Xtreme Hockey, trying to get it deep into the zone. A player falls as the Silverbacks now move it out. Out with speed, chasing back is Manning. Cutting with a shot, and that one is going to go behind the cage. Evan Keeley back with it for the Xtreme Hockey. He has the one and only goal for them so far in this game. Now trying to move it out. And 3 Silverbacks quickly applying some pressure. Now Xtreme Hockey in the zone. Cutting wide, the sharp angle shot. This one's going to go over the net. Holding it at the line, or just failing to, is Branton. Will now clear it in. As the Xtreme Hockey will now try to get some changes off. A pass up through center. What a play. Moving it potentially alone, and it's Branton that fires it away. Make it right through behind the net. So that should have passed that out in front and away. The Xtreme Hockey will now go. Now Silverbacks carried in with a steal off of Branton. Sharp angle shot, and what a shot that was. It hits off the post. Silverbacks again tried to play it in. It's the Xtreme Hockey that win the puck battle and now exit the zone. And now it's turned over right in the middle. And what room we have here for Poole stepping in, and what a diving play from Harry Babb to break up that one-on-one. Xtreme Hockey into the zone. Pass in the middle off a Sauce, and that one hopped, skipped, and jumped over a twig. Now here at the line, broken up by the Silverbacks, might be an odd man rush. Working in potential 2-on-1, put to the net, save, rebound, then put right to the net, and then cleared, taken right back by the Silverbacks, so that it moves its way right to the crease. And Silverbacks trying to play this one out in front. Poke loose right at the wall, still kept in. Now taken out by the Xtreme Hockey, as they'll move it out. Working in with it. Martin shoots, saved, and the rebound was waiting right in front for Jack London, and he just couldn't get a stick on it. Now Galway trying to throw it to the middle. And the Silverbacks make their way outside their zone, out their zone and in the other. Shot in, this one will go to the net. Played out by the Xtreme Hockey defense. Here at the line, a shot, save made, rebound keeps in the slot. Put back out to their defense. Now here another try, a shot that's gloved down by Flight. Off the draw to the line, shot, that one behind the cage. Trying to move it around and blocking it at the line. Back behind the net, it's King. Trying to move it around. A nice strong D-to-D pass, put to the net, blocked by Martin, and to be cleared right out in between the two defensemen. And this one not having enough for icing, so a perfect clear there. So we're back to try to throw that and bank it off the glass. And now brought it back in by the Xtreme Hockey. Silverbacks outside the zone they go. Moving through center. Now with speed, cutting in. Might be a break. The shot, save, and the rebound. Will now be in the corner. Ref had thought about blowing it down. Now back in the corners, it's moved up along the red rim. King had tried to exit his zone. Silverbacks. Along the glass it goes, trying to get some last-minute pressure to hold on to this lead. A shot towards the net that was blocked. Now he brought out of the zone by Heath. Silverbacks back in their zone. Cycle the puck around. Watch for Flight potentially about to leave the net here in what could be less than a minute. Silverbacks into their own end. Waiting, they'll hit the brakes and make a perfect pass outside the zone before it's held in here by Martin. Silverbacks outside the zone. Behind their net now as they move it. Xtreme Hockey right in front. Nicholas, the shot, rebound. They score! And we now have a one-goal game in the last 2.5 minutes. And again, it's Evan Keeley who waits on the doorstep and finds it back door. I believe that's an initial shot from Nicholas. Keeley waiting behind the net and make it 3-2 now in favor of the Silverbacks. The Xtreme Hockey now within one. That's going to be Evan Keeley from Cadigan and Nicholas at 2:26. There's a shot off the post and out into the crease. Galway trying to progress through the neutral end. Now it's passed up in the middle. Moved across, still in neutral ice. Moved ahead by the Xtreme Hockey. As the Silverbacks now gonna go back in their end, try to kill off a little bit of time here in the dying moments of the third. Along the boards it'll go, flipped out, and what a perfect pass now was one-on-one, toe drag to the middle, and that one's steered away by Martin. Silverbacks had tried to move it to the middle. Xtreme Hockey up the wall. Bit of a collision. Now just 1:20 left. Xtreme Hockey trying to move the zone. They cut wide. A lot of shouts from the crowd, and it's offside. And Flight expected to be leaving the net soon. As we've gotten ourselves a one-goal game here in the last minute. And a timeout called by the Xtreme Hockey. They'll now take a break here for these last couple minutes. Flight now stands at his own ringette line in preparation to leave the net. Another offside call, so we'll have to wait a bit more. Quickly up the draw. Silverbacks kick it in. It's going to move right of the net as the Xtreme Hockey now. They make a clean breakout. Silverbacks back in their end. Over to Keeley, and it's shot back in. We have a Silverback who's down on the ice. They better whistle that down. And 41.6. Still to go in period 3. And we'll have another timeout here, as we hope the injured Silverback gets up all right. By the looks of it, from what I could tell from the number, I believe that was Zeta Morris Wells, who got up on his own accord and went to the bench. And Flight has also gone to the bench here, so it's an empty net now for the Xtreme Hockey, and it's a 6-on-5. Try to put it to the line. Held in, a little backhand flipper. Put along the wall. Silverbacks clear. It's out of the zone, but now out of their possession. Martin gonna go across. Keeley tries to work his way in. Bulldozes a man. Now move back out of the zone by the Silverbacks. This shot not gonna end up in the net. 20 seconds left. Pass or for Haley. His dump in unsuccessful. Now it's a failed dump in. Nicholas put to the net. Save made by Conrad as it's shot out now by the Silverbacks. And they are going to move to the finals here in the 2025 Ice Battle. And what a game it was. A one-goal game in the semis. Always what you like to see. And these Silverbacks, we will see them play later today in the finals here at 12:45, and stick around for that. You'll see the Silverbacks and either the NB Ice or the Riptide, as their game still is yet to finish here in this one.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, Bowen. Alright, do you want to do an interview? Alright. Alright, we got one to do. We're here for Mike. All right, we're here for Bowen Moore, MVP of the six. Buddy, you're going to the gold medal game. How are you feeling?
Good.
All right, what do you think you did to earn MVP today?
Backchecked hard. I backchecked hard.